Hello everyone. Every academic research writing needs citation. A researcher has to cite the works of other researchers which are used in his piece of research. Citation has two main objectives. First objective is to give credit to the real creator of the idea you are using in your report. And the second objective is to guide the reader that he can obtain the detailed information on that topic from the referred article. While writing a report, a researcher has to frequently cite the research articles published in journals. So, in this video, we will discuss about how to cite journal articles in your research paper or report. In social sciences, frequently used method is APA style of writing. So, in this video, we will discuss about how to cite a journal article in APA 7th style. While we are using an idea or information of the other authors, we have to mention it on two places in our report. First, within the body of our paper, means on the place where we have mentioned that idea. And secondly, a corresponding entry in last of our report in the references. First of all, we will discuss how to cite an article within our report when we are using idea or information from that article. Information taken from other articles can be used in different ways in a research report. One method is that we can quote an author, and the other method is we can paraphrase his ideas in our own words. Further, we can place that idea or information in a report in different formats. Like, first, we can integrate it in our own narrative or in a narrative method. And secondly, we can provide all of the article information in parentheses or in parenthetical method. Elements required for in-text citation. While providing an in-text citation in paraphrasing method, we have to provide two elements about the article, and that is the last name of the author and the year of publication. And while providing quotation, third element, that is the exact page number, is also required. Let's begin with the discussion on quotation versus paraphrasing methods. First of all, we will discuss the quotation method. Quotation means taking the words from a work of another author and reproducing those words just as were written by that author. If the number of words taken from another author is less than 40, consider it as a short quotation. And if the number is equal to or greater than 40, consider it as a block quotation. First, we will discuss the short quotation method. In this method, we don't change the wording of the original author, and we are required to put those words within the double quotation marks. While quoting, we can use the parenthetical method and narrative method. Let's begin with the parenthetical option. As shown in this first example, in this method, we start from quotation marks. Then we put all the words of another author within those quotation marks. Then close the quotation marks. Then start the parenthesis. Then put the last name of the author, comma, and then the year of publication of article. And lastly, the page number of the original article from where we have taken those words. This is called as parenthetical quotation. For quoting other authors, we can use narrative or integrated in quotation method also. Like we are seeing here in this second example, we are using the words exactly as were used by the author. But we use those words within the text of our report. Like here we have integrated the name of the author in our own text, and then we have started the quotation with the quotation marks. That is, external threats can also strengthen the ties among the subcultures at the mass level and the ties between the leaders and followers within the subculture. Quotation marks and parenthesis open, year of publication, comma, page number, parenthesis closed. Here in this method, we have narrated the name of the author in our own text, and we have put the other information, that is publication date and page number, within the parentheses. Like in this second example, we can also narrate both the author name and the publication date within our own text. In such a case, only the page number will appear in the parentheses. This is called as the narrative or integrated in quotation because some of the information about that article was integrated in the normal text of our report, and the remaining information about the article was put in the parentheses. Next is the block quotation. Block quotation is not substantially different from parenthetical quotation or narrative quotation. The only difference lies in the number of words taken from the original source. Block quotation is used when we are taking the idea or data of another author and reproducing it in the same words, and the number of words is equal to or more than 40. While using block quotation, we are not required to use quotation marks. We have to put the words taken from another article in the form of a freestanding block. This freestanding block is different from normal text in two ways. Number one, we have to indent this block half an inch from the left side, and the space between the lines is increased from 1.5 in the normal text to double space in the block. After the completion of quotation, put the final punctuation mark, open the parenthesis, put the information about the source article, and then close the parenthesis. Don't put a period after closing of this parenthesis. This was all about taking the idea or information from other articles in the same words. The second method of citing the information or data taken from another article is paraphrasing. Paraphrasing means taking the idea from another author but writing it in our own words. Like a quotation, paraphrasing can be used in two methods, that is, narrative or integrated in text citation and parenthetical citation. While using narrative citation method, we express the idea of another author in our report as part of our text. Like in this example 1, we have written that Lippard has, in an article written in 1969, held that external threats lead to soften the internal differences and to strengthen the mutual ties. Here we have written this information in our own words, and we have included the author name and publication year in our own narrative, but we have given due credit to the author named as Lippard, and we have given information about the year of publication of the article written by him. Second method is parenthetical citation. In this method, we don't integrate the article information in our own words. Like here in this second example, we only express the idea given by an author in our own text, and then we are required to provide the information about author and publication year within the parentheses. In paraphrasing also, while citing through narrative method, half of the information about the source is integrated in our own text and the rest of the information is provided within parentheses. While in the parenthetical method, we put all the information within the parentheses. These are the basic rules of citing a research article published in a journal. Here is a sample article on democracy. Now we will try to apply these rules in this sample article. There is a slight difference in citing methods of articles according to the number of their authors. Here we will apply these rules from a 1 author article to 6 author article. This is the list of all the articles that we are going to cite in this sample article. The first is the 1 author, second is the 2 author, third is the 3 author, fourth is the 4 author, fifth is the 5 author, and the last is the 6 author article. Here in the first paragraph, we have cited the source article written by one author. APS 7th recommends author date format for narrative citation. We have integrated the author name in our own text and have provided the publication year within the parentheses. Here take care that APA does not recommend the use of abbreviation EBID for continuously repeated citation. But if we have provided narrative citation of an article in a paragraph, we will not repeat the publication year in the subsequent narrative citation in the same paragraph. And take care, this rule applies only to narrative citation, not to the parenthetical citation. In this case of single author article, the citation method will remain same for the subsequent citations and subsequent paragraphs, means the author date combination every time. In this second case, we have cited an article written by two authors. Here, we will write the last names of both of the authors separated by an ampersand, comma, year of publication. The citation method will remain the same for the subsequent citation from that article, means the author date combination each time and only author name in second narrative citation in the same paragraph. If we are using information or data from research article written by three authors, then we have to use a different method. Here we have to write the last name only of the first author, then to write the abbreviation et al, comma, the year of publication, and in subsequent citation the method will remain same, the author date combination and only the author name in the second narrative citation in the same paragraph. While we are taking data or information from an article written by 4 or more number of authors, we have to use the same method as in case of a 3-author article, meaning we will write the last name only of the first author, then the abbreviation et al, comma, and the year of publication. And in the subsequent citations, the method will remain same, the author date combination and only the author name in the second narrative citation in the same paragraph. This was all about the research articles written by 1, 2 and more than 2 authors for the first time and for the subsequent times in a report. But these citations have provided only the basic information about the such articles from where we have taken data or information and have used it in our piece of research. A reader will not be able to find those research articles with these few words used in a report. At the same time, a reader may require to explore any issue slightly mentioned in a report. For this purpose, we have to give a list of all the works referred by us in a report. This list is added at the end of our report under the title of References. In this section, we have to provide a complete reference of each of those research articles which we have used in our study. This complete information includes name or names of authors, year of publication, name of article, name of journal in which article was published, volume number of journal, issue number of journal, page numbers of the journal on which the article was published from starting to end, and the DOI or digital object identifier of the article. Now we shall discuss how to arrange this information while preparing references for a report. APA recommends that the references must start from a new page. The method to arrange this information is, first of all, write last name of the author, put a comma, enter space, write the first letter of the first name plus a dot. And if the author name consists of 3 parts, then write the first letter of the middle name plus a dot. Similarly, enter the names of other authors in the same format. The names of all the authors should be separated by a comma, and the name of last author should be separated by an ampersand. This is all about the information about the author. Then open a parenthesis, write the year of publication, close the parenthesis, put a dot. This was all about the publication date. Then write the title of the research article. Here the name should be in text style, means only the first letters of title, subtitle and of proper nouns are to be capitalized and other words are to be kept as non-capitalized. After the completion of the name of the title of the article, put a period. This is about the title of the article. Then set the text as italics. Write the full name of the journal in which the article was published. Here capitalization or non-capitalization should be in the same formatting as is used in the journal page itself. Then put a comma and write the volume number of the journal in which the article was published. Now set the style as non-italics. Without pressing spacebar, open the parenthesis, write the issue number and close the parenthesis and put a comma. Then enter the page range, means write the first page hyphen the last page of the article within the journal, and finally put a period. This is the complete information about the journal. Here take care that there is no space between the volume number and the opening of parenthesis for issue number. At the end of this information, mention the DOI of the research article. APA 7th requires that the DOI must be in the hyperlink form, capable of providing a direct link to the location of the article on internet. Don't use any punctuation mark after the completion of the DOI because it might interfere with the hyperlink. Here in the last, this is an example of a simple DOI and a hyperlink type DOI. If we try to control plus left click on a DOI, it will not respond. But if we have done the similar action on this hyperlink type DOI, it will guide us directly towards the home page of the article. We have to take care that all the works cited in our text will necessarily appear in our references, and we can't add those works which are not cited in a report. Then we might have cited an article on more than one place in a report, but it will appear only once in the references. And finally, the references are arranged in alphabetical order according to the last names of the first authors. Like here, we have started from Bernier, then Bogarts, Boynton, Gates, Lippard, and Sadman is at the end of the reference list. This is all about citing a journal article in your research in APA 7th style. Thanks for watching. Happy learning.